Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna talk about the Lakers. I don't know, man. I don't know. I have nothing to say. I have no words for this team. I mean, they traded for Russell Westbrook in the offseason, thinking it's gonna work, but it's not. And here, let me tell you why. Because LeBron and Westbrook are almost the same player. You see Russell Westbrook, right? Russell Westbrook has never been the second option or the third option. Well, he's been the second option in Houston, but that's a different story. He's never been the third option. He's always the main guy. Even when you looked at his time in OKC, he was always the first. Like, he was the number one guy. Even when Paul George was there, even when KD was there, he was always the number one guy. You never see Russell Westbrook taking a back seat to anyone. So, when they made that trade, I was hyped for them, but at the same time, I was like, why didn't you just go with Buddy Hield? He'll give you like 16 a game. He'll shoot threes. He can play a little bit of defense. He's not that good, but he can play a little bit of defense. And he's just going to be efficient. Now, I get why the Lakers did the Westbrook trade. In their minds, they were probably thinking, two MVPs and a superstar talent in Anthony Davis can get it done, right? But it's not just simple like that, because when the season started, Davis is that's another problem is Anthony Davis, because when he started this season, he was horrible. He was garbage. He wasn't being aggressive enough. He was sticking to outside jumpers and mid-range shots, and they weren't falling in. And he was too scared to go inside and freaking dunk the ball or lay it up. Like, fam, you're 7 foot. You added some muscle. Go in the paint. I don't know why he's so scared to run center. Like, he's tall enough. He has the muscle and all that. Muscle mass. He added muscle in the offseason. He looks dazed. Why doesn't he just go in and starts bullying? He's being soft. And then, not just that, he gets injured every 5 seconds. So that's another problem. Right? And the Lakers defense, they have no offense at all. Or defense, to that matter. So it's just annoying to see, them relying on young players. And another thing is that they got a trade proposal from the Rockets. I don't know why the Rockets would do this, but they got a trade proposal from the Rockets at the trade deadline. The Rockets were offering Christian Wood, John Wall for the Lakers' first-round pick, Russell Westbrook, and Talen Horton-Tucker. I would have taken that in a heartbeat. Like, you get another rotational player in Christian Wood. He could be that starting center who can stretch the floor. He plays exactly like AD, minus the defense, but exactly like AD. He's actually better than AD this season. He was better than AD last season. I mean, I'm not saying this out of bias. If you look at the stats last season, Christian Woods was shooting better from the field and from three last season. So they could have gotten another all-star caliber, perennial all-star player, right? Then you got John Wall, who I think is better than Westbrook. And he's just wasting his years on the Houston Rockets. He's wasting this year, and he's going to probably waste next year as well. Because we can't trade him, because his contract's so big. Right? So, Wall, I think, is way better than Westbrook, and here's the reason why. Wall can shoot better. If you look at his three-point percentage last year, he shot way better than Westbrook did. His mid-range shots is way better than Westbrook did, and he's a more IQ. He has more IQ than Westbrook does. John Wall was sacrificed for the team. He knows how to play the second option. He knows how to play off ball. He knows how to do stuff like that. Westbrook doesn't. I'm sorry. As much as I love Westbrook, this is not his MVP season. He's not an MVP no more. He wasn't even an All-Star this year. And at this point, the Lakers just should pack the season up. They just lost to a bunch of 19-year-olds. Now, I know Westbrook dropped 30. LeBron dropped a triple-double. That should lead to wins. These are just empty stats. Now, how sad is that? You're supposed to be a championship team, and you end up going to overtime with the worst team in the league. You got outshunned by a freaking 19-year-old guard and a 19-year-old center who are going to be stars in the league someday, but they look like superstars against you guys. Like, I don't get it. Just pack up the season. I heard rumors in the offseason that Westbrook wants to find a new home, and this is just sad at this point. Westbrook's getting passed up like a school slut. He's getting passed around the league, man. And he used to be the former MVP, so this is sad. Right? 2017, he won the MVP over Harden. He deserved it. He's the only other player to average a triple-double other than Oscar Robinson. Now look at him. I don't know, man. The Lakers are in a really bad situation right now because their cap space is eaten up. They don't have any picks for the future because they traded them all away. Half of their picks belong to New Orleans, right? The only young player on the team right now, well, they had a win Gabriel, but the only young player they have is Austin Reeves. They have no plan for the future. Anthony Davis, once LeBron retired, Anthony Davis was supposed to be that star for the Lakers. But guess what? He's not playing up to his potential. Anthony Davis has been horrible this season. He's getting injured every 5 seconds. Somebody touches him, he goes down. That's not a superstar level player. I don't know what that is. The Lakers are struggling to make in the play-in. You know what? I'm going to say this. The Kings have a better chance of making the play-in than the Lakers do. Honestly. And even if the Lakers do make the play-in, they're going to lose right away. They ain't making it past that. I'm sorry. LeBron has to... Did you see the game against the Warriors, right? LeBron had to score 50 in order for them to win. By 8! I know the Warriors choked that, but... LeBron has to score 50. And also, I'm going to put the fault on LeBron here as well. Okay? He had a chance to get Buddy Hield, who I think is a better fit to this team. Right? If you look at it, way better, because he needs shooters, right? He needs defenders, right? You got Buddy Hield, buddy. Buddy Hield could have been that guy. He could have came off the bench or started. And I get it. Russell Westbrook looked better on paper. I'm not going to lie. Russell Westbrook looked better. He's an all-star. He's a freaking MVP. So, I get that. But, you know Westbrook's, regressing. The last time he had a really good season was in Houston. The Wizards was kind of an up and down year. So, LeBron gets most of the fault for this. He structured this whole team. You think the Lakers, if you think that Rob Pelinka is the GM of the Lakers, you're an idiot. Do you think Rob Pelinka would have wanted Carmelo Anthony on his team? Carmelo Anthony's good. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer. No doubt about it. But he's old. This team needs some young, fresh legs. Stanley Johnson was a good pickup. Okay. DJ Augustine, he's old again, but he's a good pickup. But it's too late. It's too late. Pack up the season, bro. Actually, they can't even pack up the season if they wanted to because their pick belongs to New Orleans. This is just sad at this point. That's all I gotta say, man. Lakers need to fix their shit. Or next season. Like, they gotta trade LeBron or whatever. Do whatever they need to do. I'm not gonna tell them what to do. I'm not an NBA GM. But fix your shit. Like, seriously.